What's up, guys? Today I'm bringing you a brand new video, but this time I'll be ranking the LIL rappers in the game right now. Thanks for the feedback on the last video. I'm actually really shocked that it actually got like 700 views or something. It's pretty insane. And thanks for the good feedback, honestly. And For those who didn't like it, I understand, because my microphone is horrible and it's still horrible. I guess I'll try to, get money for a new microphone. Probably by, before a summer break or something like that. I don't know. Um, anyway, I'll be getting into top LIL rappers. The LIL rappers movement kind of started in the early 2000, or it kind of started in early 2010. But Lil Wayne has been out for a while though, but still, the mumble rappers didn't come along before 2015. They really started to come out their shells. I think it's like 9,000 Lils on Spotify right now in 2019, which is kind of crazy. There are a lot of bad ones, but there is some good ones out there, and that sounds unique, and that's probably the most important thing I look at when I look at LIL rappers, that they don't sound like the rest of the industry. Anyway, let's just start up with Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty dropped his album, or blew up by the song that's called One Night on the Lil Boat project or album, and then he was quiet for a while, but then he returned with songs like Broccoli with Drum and I Spy with Kyle, and those songs are bangers. Broccoli has like 500 mil on Spotify right now. I Spy has probably the same. It's crazy numbers he's doing. He dropped Nothing to Prove back in 2018 with songs like Yacht Club and Get Dripped with Playboi Carti. Pretty decent songs. I think he was one of the really first LIL rappers to really blow up, so I think I'm gonna put him in B tier. Lil Dicky for me is kind of a lyrical LIL rapper, so I think he just gets a lot of bonus points for that. His flow is actually insane, and his lyricism is also, really, really good. He's really funny as well. Only problem is, he doesn't have that many songs. I think he has like, he dropped the Earth song with those, fucking hundreds of artists or something like that. The song sucks. It has a good message though, so props. But he dropped his album back in 2015. He said on the Breakfast Club this year that he's working on his new album, and he's working on a TV series, so good for him. But I think his skill as a rapper is enough to put him as high as an S of the LIL rappers. Lil Wayne is also an S for me, because he was one of the first ones to ever call himself Lil Wayne. No, of course he was the first one to call himself Lil Wayne, but he was one of the first like big LIL rappers out there. He has so many high played songs, and he has a lot of good albums, especially in his Carter series. He dropped his Carter 5 last year with a lot of good songs like Mona Lisa, where Kendrick and Wayne tells the story, I love that song honestly. Uproar and Don't Cry with X, a lot of good songs, but I think that project has had a bit too many songs in my opinion, and the quality wasn't high on all of them. yeah. On to the next one. Lil Pump. We all know Lil Pump. He blew up when Cole Bennett dropped a music video for Flex Like Ooh. The song sucks, in my opinion. Has some energy to it, but it's not really good at all. Um, he blew up with the Gucci Gang though. That was what he with the Gucci Gang song. That's what really blowed him up. Has like I don't know how many plays he has. 500 million plays on Spotify. He dropped Harvard Dropout this year. Kind of a flop in my opinion. He had like already half of the songs on the album was already released as singles. So it didn't really get too much new music, and it's really repetitive as Lil Pump is known to be. So I'm gonna put him in a C tier. It doesn't really sound different, but it was one of the earlier ones, I guess. It's gonna I don't know. He's just not good enough for anything better than C in my opinion. But he has some energy, like in D-Rose. That's a decent song, and he brings a lot of energy to it. It's kind of cool to turn up to that at parties. Anyway, Lil Mosey. Lil Mosey has dropped very few songs. At least I don't know about SoundCloud, but on Spotify he has like one project and a few singles. But he's fairly consistent. In he has songs like Noticed, has like 200 million plays. Really good songs. He knows how to put together hooks well, and it's like really melodic. And I actually love Lil Mosey. I was at a Lil Mosey concert when he was in my country, which was kind of fire. I didn't really perform too many songs because that was before he dropped his album, but still he was pretty fire, and it's cool mosh pits there and stuff. Anyway, for his consistency, he is gonna be placed in an A tier for me. Shit doesn't even work, dog. There you go. Lil Skies. Okay, so many of you may not agree with this, but Lil Skies is probably one of my favorite like Lil rappers out there. One of my favorite, most listened to Lil rappers out there. He dropped Shelby this year with songs like I and Stop the Madness. Last year, or no, in 2017, I think he dropped Life of a Dark Horse with songs like Red Roses and Nowadays. Lust. So many good songs. So many. Again with the consistency, and he's just a better version of Mosley in my opinion. And he has a lot more songs out as well. So I think I'm gonna put him in an S tier. If you haven't listened to Lil Skies yet, which I assume you do, but if you haven't, you should really check out the Life of a Dark Horse album. I really love, The Click is underrated, Lettuce Sandwich underrated, Cloudy Skies underrated. Really, you should check that album out. And I love Shelby as well. Now Lil B, I've listened to Lil B a little bit, but I think he's kind of irrelevant, and he's not one of the better little rappers out there. There's better little rappers out there than there is on this list, so I'm gonna just put this guy in a D tier. Oh my god, this isn't working. There you go. Lil Baby. He's coming to my country this summer actually. Probably will see him live. Anyway, Lil Baby blew up when he got the Drake feature on the song Yes Indeed. After that he dropped his album called Drip Harder or something. And then and on that album he got the big hit with Drip Too Hard with Gunna, which is a banger. You can get the bait your nab, I can start if you want. It's I love that song, honestly, especially at parties. Anyway, hope you like my insane rapping skills right there. Lil Baby is, other than those two songs and a few other ones, he hasn't really, done a lot for the culture, and I think he is sounds a lot like Young Thug, and Gunna sounds a lot like Young Thug, and Future. They all of those sounded like, if you ask me. So I think Lil Baby is a C tier for me, but I think it's still better than Lil Pump though, but he's not good enough to be B. Lil Nar has one decent song with Lil Skies called Drop Top Bands. That's it. Should not be on this list at all. Honestly, I think he he he's not he's not relevant enough. Lil Nas X has one song with it's been done a couple of remixes to it though, but that one song is pretty hit and is very different and very unique. So I'm gonna put him a D tier, B tier. I think he's working on like an album now or something, and yeah, hopefully it will be unique and fire. Honestly, wish for a good Lil Nas X album with heavily country inspired. Lil Uzi Vert, probably one of the most well-known, most well-known. That's how you say it. I don't know. English is not my first language, as you probably can tell. Lil Uzi, dropped, I think Money Longer was what that blew him up, or either that or You Was Right. Pretty sure one of those two. Anyway, I think he has so many hits that he should be put fairly high. I'm putting him at S tier because he is one of the best ones out there, honestly. And EXO Tour Life, what is there not to say about the song? It's just the perfect mix between what's it called? Perfect mix between autotune and his real voice, and I think that's just so well done and is such a banger. Money Longer as well, the way life goes, and hopefully he would drop Eternal Take this year. We were kind of teased and kind of thought it would be dropping last fall, since he dropped New Paddock in September, but nope. we haven't got it yet, but hopefully this year. Has to be this year, right? Anyway, Lil Peep, probably my favorite Lil rapper. Lil Peep passed away in November 15th, 2017, by a fentanyl overdose, and the Xanax was laced with it. Fentanyl is like 100 times as strong as morphine, so he died pretty quickly. Unfortunately, rest in peace to Peep. Actually have a hoodie of with the Lil Peep merch, pretty fire. Lil Peep, blew up on SoundCloud, one of the first like real SoundCloud cloud rappers out there. He dropped Hellboy with songs like Hellboy and The World's Away. So many good songs, man. Lil Peep doesn't have a single bad song in my opinion. Yeah, I think he's S tier, honestly. Lil San. So Lil San is probably one of the most hated rappers in the game right now, together with Lil Pump and maybe even Logic. Honestly, I love Logic, but there's a lot of people hating on him right now because of inconsistency, and he promised that his new album was gonna sound like, or it's gonna be like Under Pressure, but it wasn't. But there is some rumors going that the Confessions of a Dangerous Mind album was two parts, and the first part was a Bobby Tarantino part, and the second part is the under pressure part. Hopefully that's true, but I can't say for sure. If it is true, he'll probably drop it this Friday or the week after that. But if he doesn't drop anything by then you know it's just bullshit. Anyway, back to Lil San. Lil San, I guess, kind of blew up through Cole Bennett as well. So thanks, Cole Bennett, for giving us Lil San. I'm just joking. I actually enjoyed some of his music. Slingshot was the song that blew him up. Slingshot is, I like the start of it, but it has some energy to it, I guess. Anyway, he dropped his album, Lil San, probably one of the worst albums of 2018, together with Dial It. And yes, that album sucks. I disagree if you think it's fire. I know Quadeca think it's fire. It's fucking awful. If you don't know who Quadeca is, he's like a YouTube rapper and slash reaction guy slash influencer. Yeah, you get it. Total Anarchy had some decent songs, but it was so much repetitiveness, and yeah, wasn't really that many good songs here, I guess. Betrayed, I forgot to mention that, but that was a song that really blew him up, and I still listen to that song to this day. And he's gotten a lot of hate from especially YouTube reviewers like CDTV Productions. I guess I can see reasons why he's getting hate. I'm not the biggest fan of hating on people, but I don't think Lil San deserves as much hate as he's getting. CDTV said himself that he actually enjoyed some of his singles that he'd been putting out recently. So yeah, Lil San, I think he is B tier for me. Hopefully he will drop a decent album that is not heavy influenced by the fuck the words by the label. His so Total Anarchy was really pushed by the label and had to be done in a certain time period, so that kind of sucked for Lil San, but oh well, what can you do? Lil Tracy has a lot of good songs with Lil Peep. In my opinion, Lil Peep and Lil Tracy is a better duo than X and Ski Mask was. Rest in peace X though, but still, as just in my opinion. White Wine and Awful Things are bangers. They had a lot of songs with Golf Boy Click together. So I think Lil Tracy is B tier for me. Lil Happy, Lil Sad. Haven't heard of him. Don't know who he is. Check his Spotify. Does not have a lot of plays. Might be good. Might be awful. I don't know. I'm gonna put him at D/don't know. So this is my list. Make sure you write in the comments what your list looks like. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, subscribe. Sure thing. What else do people say at the end of the video? I think that's it actually. Yeah, let me know what I'm gonna do next and what I should do next. Peace.